What's going on, guys? We're going to learn about 3 different types of lists in this tutorial: unordered list, ordered list, and descriptive list, as you can see here. So strap in and enjoy. What's going on, guys? Welcome to this tutorial. I know so many of you guys have been waiting for this tutorial. We learn about tables, paragraphs, images, links, all the necessity stuff for a website, but you've been waiting for lists, learning about lists so you can create that epic website about what you need to buy at the grocery store. And the thing is, there's only about 3 different types of lists in HTML. There's an unordered list, so that's UL, unordered list. There's also an ordered list. This is when you actually have a priority of the things that you're listing out. And lastly, there's also a descriptive list. I don't generally use descriptive list all that often, but I'd show it in this tutorial just so you know about it. You don't have to type out the whole word. It won't actually work if you type out the whole word, but it's kind of unfamiliar to see UL and get and know what that means just off the top of your head. You're like, what is that? So if you're taking notes, I'd just type out these 3 types of lists and take a note about it: unordered list, ordered list, and descriptive list. There's one other thing that we can do in HTML is leave a comment. So how you do that is just an exclamation mark, dash dash, and then you can leave a comment here. So we can do unordered, and then you just do a dash dash, and then close off that tag. So this won't actually show up on our website, but it's a way to take notes or give other programmers an idea of what this is. And obviously this isn't probably the best type of comments you want to leave, but I'd show it in this tutorial just so you're familiar with it. If you see other code, you'll be like, oh yeah, it's just a comment. So let's just go ahead and leave a comment for all 3 of these. Okay, so now how do we add items to our list? Well, this first one is going to be a grocery store list, so let's give that an H4, H5 header, and we're just going to say grocery list. So let's open this up, and how do we add items to our list? Well, with list items. So that's going to be the same for both unordered list and ordered list. They're all going to be list items. So let's go to the grocery store, and what do we want to buy? How about some strawberry toaster strudels? Perfect. So we have added 1 item to our list. Let's just go ahead and copy this and paste it below, and add some more items to our list. So what else do we get at the grocery store? Well, we also get cherry toaster strudels. I don't know, is there grape toaster strudels? I don't know, but if there is, I'm definitely getting some. So there we have our list. Let's go back to our site and see how an unordered list looks like. So as you can see, it's just bulletin points. It's just something very basic. It doesn't really describe the order of our list. It's just like, hey, here's a list of a bunch of junk. So now let's say we actually have a precedence of the list items. So for example, we want to go into the grocery store, but the grocery store is only going to allow us to buy 2 items at a time because they're being real dicks. So we actually want to have an order to our list saying, hey, I can only get 2 items, so let's just get the most important items. So if we save this and go back to our site and refresh, now we have numbers on our list. So if they only allow us 2 items, we probably aren't going to pick up the grape toaster strudels, even though we should move that to number 1 because I bet it would be awesome. We can also do nesting. So for example, if we wanted to nest these lists, I could go ahead and just nest everything. And this will look something like this. So if we had different, obviously this doesn't really make sense in this example, but we could nest different lists within each other and it would tab it in a little bit more. So that's a nice thing to know as well. Something else that we can do with ordered lists is say, hey, we don't actually like these numbers. Let's change that up to be letters instead. So we do that with something called a type attribute for a list. So we're going to type out type, and there's a few different types. We can do numbers. So how you do numbers is just put 1 there, and that'll be like, okay, this is numbers, just like we just saw. But we can also do like lowercase letters. So this will be lowercase a, b, c, or d. Or we could do uppercase letters, and you just do that by an uppercase A as the type. I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to paste this one, or the type for this original ordered list, to be something that has Roman numerals. So you do that with either a lowercase I for lowercase Roman numbers, or an uppercase I. So if we refresh this page, as you can see, we have Roman numerals that are uppercase over here and uppercase letters. Again, those are the 4 different types, or 5 different types. Either numbers, again, that's a 1. Roman numerals that are uppercase, Roman numerals that are lowercase. That's either a lowercase I or an uppercase I, or a lowercase a or an uppercase a for letters. The last type of list is a little bit different because it's a descriptive list. So a descriptive list is going to be pretty much the same, but it won't have bulletin points. It won't have anything next to it. There's no order to it. It's just kind of describing what things are. And instead of list items within a descriptive list, it's a little bit different. It's a DT for a descriptive term or descriptive tag. So we're going to close that out. And this is just going to be kind of your term that you're using. So again, these are kind of things that you might just have to take notes on for now, and then as you get familiar and start using them, it's gonna set in and you'll be like, oh yeah, I know descriptive lists use descriptive terms and descriptive descriptions. So the other one is DD, descriptive descriptions. So I'm just gonna copy this and paste it a couple times, save this, go back to our page, reload. It's just something like that, just kind of a term, and it kind of describes it. So this could be like a dictionary where you have a word and then the actual description of what that word means. That's kind of when you'd use a descriptive list. But you can also do the same thing with one of these other lists and then change it within CSS to remove the bulletin point or style it different to make it look how you want. But that's pretty much it for this tutorial, guys. I know it's kind of a monkey see, monkey do tutorial, but I just want to get you guys familiar with all the different attributes of HTML. So when we start coding our real site, you're gonna be like, oh, I'm familiar with that. I kind of forget how to do list. I apologize. Probably half of you checked your phone right there. I'm just gonna shut that off. My bad. But you're familiar with all these different attributes. So when we actually start coding, you'll be like, okay, I know exactly what that is. I kind of forget the structure, but I'm familiar with it, so I don't have to describe how to create a list in the future. So just get through these first like 10 or so tutorials, then we're gonna start actually doing some real work. But thanks guys for watching. Please subscribe, please share these videos. The #1 way you can help us is sharing these videos with your friends, your family, and social media. You can also donate if you like. But thanks guys, and I hope you enjoy the tutorial. I'll talk to you guys in the next tutorial. Have a good day.